प्रथमं सद्गुरुं वन्दे श्रीकृष्णं तदनन्तरं गुरुः पापात्मनां त्राताम् श्रीकृष्णस्त्वमलात्मनाम् अहो चित्रमहो चित्रं वन्दे तत्प्रेमबन्धनं यद्बद्धं मुक्तिदं मुक्तं ब्रह्मक्रीडाभृगीकृतम् यो ब्रह्माणं विदधाति पूर्वं यो वै वेदांश्च प्रणोति तस्मै तग्वंह देवमात्मबुद्धिप्रकाशं मुमुक्षुर्वै शरणमहं प्रपद्ये. So again, we'll be chanting pad number 4 from Rasya Madhuri. Aiso Prem Bardhayo Brajbasin Jame Brahma As was explained to you briefly last night, we'll be speaking throughout this sadhana shivir on the pads, the devotional songs from a book called Prem Ras Madira. We have a long tradition of Rasik saints writing devotional songs about Radha and Krishna. Very famous saints like Surdas, Swami Haridas wrote many such pads in Brajbhasha. Our Jagadguru Shree Kripaluji Maharaj has also written many such pads. What is significant, well, I can't dream of knowing what is truly significant about these pads, but one thing that is striking about them is that they're written for the devotees to develop their feelings towards Radha and Krishna. So you see Prem Ras Madira divided into many different categories of Madhuri, and each one of those has a different style of writing and a different feeling underlying it to help the devotees when they sing that to develop those devotional feelings in their heart. So it's been provided as a resource for the devotees that we should use this, sing the songs, meditate on what's being said in them, and thereby increase our bhakti. So it's a tool for doing sadhana. That's why we're using this. It's a very sweet tool which helps us develop true feelings of bhakti. So this is from Rasya Madhuri, which is a Madhuri full of very lively pad kirtan, which also contain very deep philosophy. Here, Shri Maharaj Ji is saying that the prem of the Brajvasis, the love of the Brajvasis for Shri Krishna was such, it was so great, that it drowned even Shri Krishna in that love. Even God himself forgets he's God in the land of Braj, where these Brajvasis live. Brajvasis means the residents of Braj, specifically from 5,000 years ago when Radha and Krishna were here during their avatar kal. When Maharaj Ji is saying Brajvasis, he's specifically referring to those Gwalbals and Gopis who lived in the area of Braj all that time ago, at the time that Shri Krishna was here. these are not ordinary village dwellers. If you had gone there, you would have seen, oh yes, it looks like a typical village. They're herding cows, they're doing some farming, everyone's living a nice, simple life. But these were not ordinary people inhabiting the land of Braj. These Brajvasis have a very high status. Brahma, the creator of our Brahmand, he has a very high status, doesn't he? Everyone looks up to Brahma. We're all descendants of Brahma. He's so powerful and so intelligent that he was able to create this Brahmand out of empty space. Yet Brahma is praising the Brajvasis. Aho bhagyam nanda gopavrajau kasam yanmitram paramanandam purnam brahma sanatanam. He's quoted in the Bhagavatam praising the friends of Shri Krishna, the Gwalbals who lived in Braj, who were around the same age as Shri Krishna. He's saying, these are not ordinary boys. This is after he's been graced by Shri Krishna to recognize his divinity. Initially he thought, oh, this boy is supposed to be God? I heard that God had taken avatar here in my Brahmand. Purnatam Purushottam Brahm Shri Krishna has come in my Brahmand. Let me go and see. And he saw Shri Krishna sitting having lunch with these Gwalbals. And how were they behaving? Like you would expect young boys to behave when their parents aren't around. They had brought all the food that their mothers had given them on that day, as they did every day when they went out grazing their family's cows. On this day, they had a special spectator of their lunchtime, joking around and having fun and eating and sharing food and laughing. And Brahma got confused, thinking that how can this be God? He's just behaving like an ordinary village boy, and he's even taking food out of his friend's mouth and eating it. God is supposed to come when he's called by a great yajna, and the food is offered in a very formal way. Then, he comes and he accepts your offering. Here, the same God is stealing food out of some little boy's mouth? No, he can't be God. So you all know the story, how he tested Shri Krishna. He took away the Gwalbals and the cows and kept them in a cave. But Shri Krishna knew what was going on, and he taught Brahma a lesson. When Brahma surrendered to him, then he saw, oh, this really is God. Shri Krishna, even though he's doing the leela of being a little boy, he's still supreme God. So after that, he also not only praised Krishna, he also praised these Gwalbals and said that these are not ordinary village boys. These are eternal friends of Krishna who came with him from the divine abode. And they came with him to enact the leelas here on this earth. He also praises the gopis. Tad bhuri bhagyamiha janma kimapyatavyam yad gokule pikatamang ghrirajobhishekam yad jivitam tu nikhilam Bhagavan mukundas tvadyapiyat padarajah shruti mrigyameva. Oh Shri Krishna, please let me be born as a flowering plant or bush here in Braj. Why? So I can get the foot dust of the Brajvasis on me. So I can get the foot dust of the gopis when they walk by, because I'll be there next to the path. The dust will go up in the air and come on my head. Even the Vedas desire the foot dust of these gopis. So we can guess that if Brahma is praising these Gwalbals and gopis so highly, there must be something special about them. Here, Kripaluji Maharaj is saying that God himself becomes drowned in their love. That love is called bhakti. Technically, it's called bhakti. It's not like the love of this world which we do, where we attach our mind to another person. And through thinking about that person lovingly, your mind becomes attached to them. Or if you take the same process and direct it towards Krishna, you become attached to him. We call that sadhana bhakti. That's a good thing. That bhakti is done. We practice sadhana bhakti by trying to divert our loving thoughts from the world towards Krishna. But this bhakti, this prem, which has drowned Shri Krishna in it, this is not bhakti which is done or practiced. This bhakti is a divine power. Shri Krishna's most intimate, personal power. Out of all of his divine powers, this one is the topmost. Imagine, he has powers like almightiness, knowledge. Through this, he can do anything. He knows everything. He's omnipresent. Even greater than those powers is this power of divine bhakti, or you can say divine love. So it's not something that is practiced, but it's actually something that is received. Once our sadhana bhakti is complete and our heart is fully purified, then with the grace of a guru, such a God-realized saint who has that divine bhakti, we can also receive that divine bhakti. With the grace of Shri Krishna through the guru, our antahkaran, our mind and heart become divine, and into our divine heart and mind, we receive this divine bhakti. So it's that divine bhakti which keeps Shri Krishna under its control, or you can say makes Shri Krishna forget that he is God. And because of this divine bhakti, it's also called Mohini Shakti, because it makes God forget he's God. Thus, all the sweet leelas of Braj can happen. These Brajvasis are in a class of saints called Ragatmika. It means they've received that divine bhakti, and because of that, they have a very special relationship with Shri Krishna, which is described in this pad. When we practice bhakti, we say that we are practicing Raga Nuga Bhakti. Raga Nuga Bhakti is a way of doing sadhana bhakti, how we lovingly think of Radha and Krishna. It's called Raga Nuga Bhakti because we're emulating these Brajvasis. We're emulating the way they loved Radha and Krishna, although their love is called Ragatmika Bhakti, because it's of a perfected state. Ours is called Raga Nuga Bhakti because we're emulating their love for Radha and Krishna, and through that we purify our heart. Bhagwan is the one who has 6 things in unlimited amount. Aishwaryasya samagrasya dharmasya yashasah shriyah Jnana vairagya yoshchaiva sharnam bhaga iti rana. Bhagavatam says that bhag is having unlimited aishwarya, power. Unlimited dharma, righteousness. Unlimited yash means fame and worshipfulness. And unlimited shri, wealth, opulence, beauty, unlimited gyan, knowledge, and unlimited vairagya, being totally self-complacent and not needing anything from anyone else outside of one's own self. God has these 6 things in unlimited amount. Thus, he is called Bhagavan. Van means the one who has that. What does he have? Bhag, these 6 things. So he's Bhagavan. But such a Bhagwan can never do sweet loving leelas like sharing a lunch with the Gwalbals. Can he? No. If he remembers he's Bhagwan and the Gwalbals remember he's Bhagwan, then they'll be singing his stuti and doing yajna and offering some food in a proper way. And Shri Krishna will be sitting very seriously above everybody on a proper asan. So this is God. It's fine. You can worship God. But in that state, in this form, he's not going to do any kind of loving interaction with the devotees. If you like hearing about Shri Krishna, oh, he shared his food with that Gwalbal, he stole that laddu right out of that Gwalbal's mouth, he was joking around with them and laughing. If you like hearing that, then for that to happen, he has to forget his bhagavata, his godliness, these 6 things, that I'm all-powerful, I'm all-knowing. He is, definitely. But just like you sometimes forget yourself in deep love of someone that you're attached to in this world, you may have a very high position in the society, a very respected person, you may have a lot of knowledge, you may have multiple PhDs, but when you embrace the one that you love, you forget all of that. What do you know? What do you not know? Who are you in this world? What do people think of you? You forget all of it in the love of a person that you're extremely attached to. Something like this, not exactly, but we have to compare it to something we know. Something like this, Bhagwan forgets his Bhagavata in the love of the Brajvasis. But their love is not such a love as we're practicing. It is that love, that divine bhakti, which they have received upon total heart purification. Or they may be eternal saints who have always been there in Golok with Radha and Krishna. So it is in their love that Bhagwan forgets his godly dignity and simply remembers his relationship with those souls. Ye yatha mam prapadyante tas tathaiva bhajamyaham. In the Gita, Shri Krishna says, however you love me, I'll love you the same way in return. Guaranteed. We have no such guarantee in the world because people do what they want. They may know you love them, they may not know you love them. Even if they know you love them, they may choose not to love you back. Bhagwan, bichare, he has no such choice. Poor Shri Krishna, he can't choose. If someone loves him, he has to love them in return. And he reciprocates their feelings. Whatever feelings we have induces the same feelings in Shri Krishna's heart. So this is why even in the devotional stage, although we're not at the level of those Brajvasis, we emulate their love, because when we practice such Raganuga Bhakti, we come closer to them in our mind. We think of them as our own child, or our brother or sister or friend, or our Priyatam, our divine beloved. And in that way, even in our meditation during sadhana bhakti, we can think of very sweet, intimate leelas with Radha and Krishna that involve such close relationships. And of course, when we attain Radha and Krishna, then that relationship that we had been meditating on, that will be made permanent, and we'll get to enjoy that relationship with Radha and Krishna forever in the divine world. So here, Kripaluji Maharaj is saying that look at the greatness of the love of these Brajvasis. Look at the greatness of their Prem. It has made God, it has drowned Shri Krishna, Brahma, Bhagwan, Shri Krishna in that Prem. And he gives some examples. You see, Viprana Vidhivat Yagya Karavat, Vaidik Mantrana Brahma Bulavat. Learned Pandits and scholars may perform great Vedic yajnas, following the 6 strict rules of the yajna. Shadbhi sampadyate dharmaha. Our dharma shastras say that If you perform a yajna properly according to Vedas, you have to pay strict attention to the rules of where is the yajna being performed, at what time is it being performed. It has to be according to the proper muhurt. Who is performing the yajna? Are they qualified? Are they maintaining their faith and celibacy during that yajna? The one who is having the yajna performed, the yajman, he also has to uphold certain standards of behavior and faithfulness during the yajna. The dravya, the items that are being offered during the yajna, have to be up to a very strict standard. And the mantras that are being recited in the yajna also have to be perfectly pronounced. So, we have seen in the history that such yajnas have been performed, not in Kali Yuga, but in other yugas. It's possible. And they're performing those yajnas hoping that Bhagwan will come and accept what we're offering. But Shri Maharaj Ji says, Tahana jaya tuk bhog lagavat. Shri Krishna doesn't go and take part in what they're offering. His heart is not attracted by such formalities. One time there was a young boy who was being raised by a priest in a temple. He used to do seva in the mandir. And he learned by watching the priest, how the Panditji took care of all of the murtis. It was a big mandir, and like you see many mandirs nowadays that have all the different forms of God there represented in the form of a murti. There were many different murtis there that the Pujari Ji took care of. So it so happened he had to go away from the mandir for some time, for several weeks. So he instructed that boy, you've seen me, how I take care of Bhagwan, so you also do the same thing. You make sure you prepare the food nicely, and then you have to offer it to Shri Krishna. You feed him first, and then you can take your meal. So the boy took it to heart, and since he never actually saw behind the curtain where Pandit Ji used to go and offer the food as a formality to Bhagwan, the boy had a firm faith that every day Bhagwan must have come and eaten when Pandit Ji offered the food. Pandit Ji had no such faith, so Bhagwan had never come and eaten. All the years he'd been offering the food to the murtis, Bhagwan had not even one time come and eaten. But the boy believed that he had been, and he'd been instructed, you feed Shri Krishna first, then you take the rest as prasad. So the first day he offered the food and put it in front of all the murtis, and he sat and waited, and Bhagwan didn't come to eat. So he thought, oh, maybe you're missing Pandit Ji, that's why. You're sad that he's gone away, so you're not in the mood to eat. But look, I can't eat if you're not eating. I've been instructed, first I have to feed you, then I can eat. So he waited the whole day. Bhagwan didn't come. It went on like this for a whole week. So after a week, this boy was getting a little fed up. That, okay, enough is enough. You come all the time for Pandit Ji, now I'm taking care of you. You're not coming even once, and you know I've been instructed not to eat, so here I am, it's been a week, I haven't eaten anything. So he thought, today I'm going to make him eat, I'll have to threaten him. So he brought a club, like a big stick, and he put the food in front of all the different murtis, and he says, okay, please come and eat. Then he's asking, beseeching, crying, begging Krishna to come and eat. He's still not coming, so he picks up his club and he says, Khata hai ki nahi? Should I hit you or are you going to eat? So as soon as he picked up that club, Sare Bhagwan khane lage. All the murtis, every form of God came out of the murti and started eating. So every day he used to go through the same thing. He'd put the food, he'd threaten to pick up his stick, and Bhagwan would come and eat. So Bhagwan was eating so much that whatever flour and rice that the priest had left, it ran out because he was just budgeting according to how much the boy could eat. So he had to go and just, on the good name of the priest, borrow more flour and food to keep doing his puja every day. So when Pujari ji came back, then he asked, how were things? Oh, it was great, but you can't believe how much Bhagwan's been eating. Mujhe kitna pareshan kiya unhone. He was he's very high maintenance. I had to feed them so much. I even had to go out and borrow more food. So Pujari ji said, what are you talking about? Bhagwan ate so much. The boy said, really? He did. He said, okay, I don't believe you, so you show me. The boy prepared the food, offered it, and with full faith that Bhagwan was going to come, again picks up the stick, and God comes and starts eating. And Pujari ji is thinking, my whole life I've been serving just as a formality. I never once thought really in my heart that Bhagwan would come, and look at the faith of this little boy. So Shri Krishna is not interested in formalities. He's looking at the love and faith, just the simple faith of our heart. But the gopis, look at how do the gopis call Shri Krishna? Not only are they not singing some proper mantras and doing some official yajna in order to invite Shri Krishna to come and eat. No. They even taunt him, scold him, insult him sweetly. What is this? And he's still going to their house? Maharaji says, Pe un paniharini nidaratahu chori chori dadhi khai. Look at this. Bhagwan won't go where he's being called through these very formal yajnas, but he'll go chori chori. He'll sneak into the house of a gopi to steal her butter. Ye kya ho raha hai? Why will he not go in the yajna, but he'll go and sneak into some neighboring house of a gopi to do that? It's again because of the prem, because of the bhakti. If we're doing great formalities with no bhakti or faith in our heart, then Bhagwan is not attracted. But let me give you an example. Let's say there's a gopi. Maybe she's newly married, so her in-laws don't let her go out, and she's hearing all the leelas of Shri Krishna being told by her friends. She also has a desire to go and have darshan of Shri Krishna, meet Shri Krishna, but she can't. So in her heart she thinks, oh, maybe he would come to my house and steal my butter. I can't go out, maybe he can come to me. So Shri Krishna knows the desire of every devotee's heart. And he knows, oh, this soul is completely surrendered to me, and they're desiring my darshan in this style, in a naughty, playful style. Okay, I have to go. So Shri Krishna is actually enslaved by the love of such devotees. Aho chitram Vande tat prema bandhanam yad baddham muktidam muktam brahma krida bhrigi kritam. Oh, so great is that prem which has enslaved the heart of Brahm, who is supreme and beyond everything and doesn't need anything from anyone, yet he's been enslaved by this prem, so that even though Brahm cannot feel hungry, yet he's breaking into the house of his neighbors to steal some curd, steal some butter, even though his father owns 900,000 cows. So I doubt there's any shortage of butter or curd in Shri Krishna's house, and his mother is so happy to feed him anytime, anything he wants, yet he's going and sneaking into the neighbor's house because she has that desire. And Shri Krishna serves his devotees. Bhajamyaham, he says in the Gita. However you surrender to me, I serve you in that way. So this gopi is fully surrendered, and Shri Krishna, aham bhakta paradhino hyasvatantraiva dvija sadhubhirgrasta hridayo bhaktair bhakta janapriya. He says, I am subservient to my bhakt. This kind of bhakt, those Brajvasis who are fully surrendered to him, we are aspiring to be such bhakt. A true bhakt, na chalati bhagavat padar vinda lavanimi shardha mapiya savaishnavagrya. A true bhakt never forgets God even for a second. Your mind will not divert from the lotus feet of Sri Krishna even for a second if you are a true bhakt. So we are aspiring to become such a bhakt. So right now we are sadhaks. We have to do sadhana to reach that. But those who have attained that level and attained that level without asking for anything from Bhagwan, this is another shart or condition of Raganuga Bhakti. If we are to emulate these Brajvasis, then we should love Sri Krishna in the style that they did, with Sakhya Bhav, loving him as a friend, or Vatsalya Bhav, loving him as our own son, or Madhurya Bhav, or Priyatam Bhav, it's called, loving him as your divine beloved. So not only do you love him in that same way, emulating the love of the Brajvasis, but you also should not ask him for anything. Not bhukti, meaning don't request him to give you any kind of worldly boon. Don't request him for any kind of worldly enjoyment, even up to the enjoyments of Swarg. And don't even ask him for mukti, liberation. Yes, if you get liberation, you merge into God, you receive Brahmanand, but you're bereft of Premanand. God does not become subservient to the one who receives Brahmanand. The one who receives liberation does not become the subject of Sri Krishna's dedication and devotion. He merely merges into Sri Krishna's formless aspect, or baat khatam. That's it. Then you lose your awareness of your own existence, Sri Krishna's existence. There's no awareness of anything more in that state of liberation we call Kaivalya Moksha. So we should not even desire for mukti or bhukti, and then Sri Krishna will award us with bhakti. This bhakti which brings him under the control of his devotees, which is why he is called Bhakti Vashya and Bhakta Vatsal. He submits himself to his true bhaktas and desires to serve them. And he loves them in the very same way that they have loved him. And in this way, such love makes God forget that he is God and makes such leelas that we're hearing about here possible. So we'll sing these lines further ahead. Aiso Prem Bardhayo Brajbasin Jame Brahma Rahyo
Yeah.
बिहारी निदरत हूँ, चोरी चोरी बदी खाए। राधे राधे
उन पनिहारी निदरत हूँ, चोरी चोरी बदी खाए। राधे राधे
उन पनिहारी निदरत हूँ, चोरी चोरी बदी खाए। राधे राधे
उन पनिहारी निदरत हूँ, चोरी चोरी बदी खाए। राधे राधे
ऐसो प्रेम भजो ब्रजवासी, जामे ब्रह्म रघु भगवान।
ऐसो प्रेम गयो ब्रजवासी, जामे ब्रह्म रघु भगवान।
So, enticed by the love of the hearts of his devotees, Brahma Shri Krishna will go anywhere. And everything seems sweet to him, even the galiyan of the gopis. You see, that gopi's house where Shri Krishna went, because she desired for him to come and eat that butter she had made while thinking of him, and oh, wouldn't it be so nice to be able to feed this butter to Shri Krishna? But then she thought, well, instead of just feeding it to him formally, it would be even nicer, it would be even more ras in this if he came chori chori into my house and took the butter. So imagine, he's fulfilling the gopi's desire, and when he comes, she catches him. Hey, what are you doing? How did you break into my house? That's not your butter. That's it. I'm taking you to Maya. So she uses her chunari, she binds his hands, and she takes him to Mother Yashoda. That's it. I'm telling on you. Your mother is going to see how you have the butter all around your mouth. I caught you red-handed. Let's go. So she ties him up and pulls him over to Mother Yashoda's house. And when she gets there, she says, Ariyo Yashoda, you're going to have to believe me today. You never believe us when we tell you what your little Lala gets up to. You think he's so sweet and innocent. Today I've caught him red-handed. Look. Mother Yashoda is looking. What is she talking about? The gopi looks. It's her husband tied up. So she just says, oh, sorry. And she goes back. And of course, her husband was none too pleased either. So in this way, these naughty, loving, charming leelas happen due to this power of Prem. So Shri Krishna loves to hear the taunts of the gopis. He prefers to hear that than even Deva Vrinda Viradavali Gavat. The Devtas, Indra and others, Brahma, they come and they sing all the Vedic stutis in praise of Shri Krishna. Oh, his greatness is like this, his greatness is like that. Shri Krishna is just yawning hearing all of this. He prefers to hear these sweet taunts of the gopis. Pe una brajanarina garina suni lot pot hue jai. He loves to hear it so much, his heart is so enticed by it, that he just wants to hear more. He even says, Main thoda uncha sunta hu. I'm a little hard of hearing. What did you say? Can you say that again? Shri Maharaji says it's like if someone is just eating mithai all day long, eating sweets, every once in a while you feel like having some namkeen, something salty instead. So Shri Krishna, hearing all these Vedic stutis, it's like eating mithai after mithai after mithai. He wants some namkeen, he wants something, a little masala added in. So this happens in these Braj Leelas with gopis and Gwalbals. Aiso Prem Bardhayo Brajbasin Devavrinda Yogi Paramatma hi nit dhyavat. Yogis practice great meditation on Paramatma, the almighty form of Shri Krishna. Jnanis meditate on his formless form, his formless aspect, Nirakar Brahm. Both spend years and lifetimes perfecting their meditation. But Sri Maharaji says, Tina ina baat karan nahi bhavat. Shri Krishna doesn't feel like going and talking to them. They're sitting for, imagine, great yogis and jnanis who have renounced the whole world, meditating on Shri Krishna for lifetimes. Shri Krishna never gets the feeling, oh, let me go and talk to them. But Gopalangana kardame viharase vipradhvare lajjase brushe gosutahu kritai stuti padair maunam vidhatse satam Dasyam gokul kaminishu kurushe swamyam nadattatmasu Jane Krishna tvadiya padayugalam premaikalabhyam param. A saint says the exact same thing that is being repeated here by Shree Kripaluji Maharaj. That, oh, look at how Bhagwan Shri Krishna's heart is attracted by the love of his devotees, but not by formalities. That great scholars and pandits are doing great yagyas, but Bhagwan doesn't go over there. He doesn't like to hear so much, he's not so interested in hearing his own stuti of Vedas. Who does he like to talk to? The calves. So here Sri Maharaji is saying, look at the greatness of all these Brajwasis, that even their cows, who by the way are also descended Mahapurush, they're also enjoying the ras of this divine form of bhakti of Shri Krishna. Shri Krishna goes and talks to the little calves. Goes up close to them, nuzzles in his nose next to the calf, and in their own language, like that, and the calf is doing that. Shri Krishna is asking him that, are you hungry? Should I let you go? You want to go and eat that green grass? So he's just chatting with this calf, and he won't go and talk to great jnanis and yogis because they lack that bhakti. And in the final verse, also in the final stanza, Shri Maharaji says, Shukha sanakadika dhyana lagavat. Great jnani saints, again, do not just jnani saints, but these are also Bhagwan ke avatar, Shukdev ji, Sanakadik Paramahans. They're also meditating. Dhyana lagaya samadhi bulavat. They go into their samadhi and they try to call Shri Krishna to come. In that Sanskrit verse I quoted, that saint was saying that Bhagwan is being called into the samadhi, into the meditation by such great yogis and jnanis, and he's being asked to go over there as the Swami. Aap Swami bankar aiye. Please come in my meditation as Supreme God. I want to worship you. I want to show my reverence to you. And he doesn't go over there, but he'll go as a das to these Brajwasis. He'll become a servant. He's happy to become the servant and go to any Brajwasi. Here, we're not talking about just any Brajwasi. We're talking about the queen of all the gopis and all the Brajwasis, Radharani herself, Shama Ju. So, Taha nahi javan maha manahu lajavat. He doesn't feel like going in this samadhi. However, Pe kripalu un Shama Ju ko jaya palotat pai. He feels himself very lucky to go as a servant and get to press the feet of Shri Radha. Although Radha and Krishna are both one, and we should never think of Radha as being someone else and Shri Krishna as being someone else, both are one and the same, but the world knows Shri Krishna as Bhagwan. Very few people know the secret about Radharani. And the nature of love is to serve. So Shri Krishna desires to serve his own soul, Radha. His own Atma is Radha. When Shri Krishna is called Atma Ram, the one who rejoices and is always immersed in the ras of his own soul, his own Atma, that Atma means Radha. So he's always desiring to enjoy the love of Radha, the beauty of Radha, and get a chance to serve her. So he considers himself lucky to become a das and go and press Radharani's charan, even though he's unwilling to go into the samadhi of even Shukdev or Sanakadik Paramahans. ऐसो प्रेम बढ़्यो ब्रजवासीन जामे ब्रह्म रह्यो
ब्रजवासीन जामे
सनकादिक ध्यान लगावत
शुक सनकादिक ध्यान लगावत
ध्यान लगाए समाधि बुलावत
ध्यान लगाए समाधि बुलावत
कृपालु उन श्यामाजू को जाय पलोटत पाए राधे राधे कृपालु श्यामाजू को जाय पलोटत पाए राधे राधे
कृपालु श्यामाजू को जाय पलोटत पाए राधे राधे
ऐसो प्रेम भयो ब्रजवासी जामेन्द्र मरयो भरमाए
ऐसो प्रेम बढ़्यो ब्रजवासी जामे ब्रह्म रयो भरमाए
ब्रह्म रयो भरमाए जामे ब्रह्म रयो भरमाए राधे राधे
ब्रह्म रयो भरमाए जामे ब्रह्म रयो भरमाए राधे राधे
ब्रह्म रयो भरमाए जामे ब्रह्म रयो भरमाए राधे राधे
ब्रह्म रयो भरमाए जामे ब्रह्म रयो भरमाए राधे राधे
ऐसो प्रेम भयो ब्रजवासी जामे ब्रह्म रयो भरमाए
ऐसो प्रेम भयो ब्रजवासी जामे ब्रह्म रयो भरमाए
ऐसो प्रेम बढ़्यो ब्रजवासीन जामे ब्रह्म रयो भरमाए Shyama Shyam ki.